What's going on YouTube? Back at you again with another video. JC Cowboys Network. You already know what it is. Markquese Bell, the Swiss Army knife, hard-hitting safety. Y'all know I'm coming back with another video. A guy that made a big impact in OTAs. So Cowboys Nation, let's boogie. Markquese Bell, coming in at 6'2" and weighing in at 212 pounds, running a 4.41 40 and jumping a 36.5-inch vertical, who is a long-rangey safety, good ball skills and field awareness. Just like a true rattler who attacks their prey, who understands wiggle to get to the ball carrier to make the tackle. We're talking about a guy who's an attitude player, who's a hard-hitting safety, who has solid instincts to play the position, decides to bulk up more once he gets in the NFL weight room program. Coming from an HBCU school and being overlooked should motivate this player. A guy that even said he wants people to respect HBCU players. So that same energy that he's talking, he's got to bring it out on the field. We know this player has the speed and size to do it, but being undrafted, does he have that dog mentality to make an impact? That's up to this player. We're talking about a guy who is a sledgehammer of a player that doesn't shy away from contact. A player that you see on tape that doesn't back down against the run. Who has the background of playing linebacker and safety, mainly the strong. He has the opportunity to put HBCU on the map and prove the doubters wrong. Let's get to it, Cowboys Nation. Markquese Bell could be one of the biggest steals coming out of undrafted free agency. A guy that knows how to read and diagnose plays well, a true impact guy that's a hard-nosed type of player. This player was a Swiss Army knife. He played strong safety, free safety, big nickel linebacker, blitzing on the inside, slot cornerback. He did it all at FAMU. The heart of the defense at FAMU. He's a player that plays with great burst and acceleration. He's quick to close on the ball, and he's quick to attack the quarterback or the running back. Our Cowboys struck gold with a few athletes coming out of FAMU. Nate Newton, Bob the Bullet Hayes, and Ray Alexander. Now it's this man's time to shine. A guy who's a gritty athlete that had the reputation of being a punishing tackler, who is a turnover machine, whether it be special teams, scout, or the starters. He's got to put in that work. Markquese Bell's game was centered around his physicality. A guy that was a true sideline-to-sideline player, that was a box safety. And that's the kind of guy we need for this scheme. Somebody that sets the tone. Per Bleacher Report, he is one of the guys that they put on the list for players to look out for. This is a player that is making a name for himself in OTAs coming from Mike McCarthy. He said that he is one of the most impressive rookies so far, and that's always a good thing. He also returned a 98-yard interception return for a touchdown, and that'll definitely start turning some heads for sure. In 2021, he had 95 tackles, 2 sacks, and 5 forced fumbles, which is great production. And that's the type of player that we need on this team to get the ball. This is a player that had a lot going on in his college days. He committed to Maryland, played spring ball with them, and got kicked out for undisclosed reasons. Transferred to Coffeyville, a community college, and played for 1 year. Then transferred to Florida A&M and played 2 seasons, 2019 and 2021, with the 2020 season being canceled. It's a little crazy, but this guy was a journeyman in college. Some of this player's weaknesses are he's an aggressive box safety, so sometimes he can be prone to getting cooked in the play action game. So having a high IQ is critical, especially if this player is going to get playing time. He's a guy that runs a 4.41, but sometimes it didn't really look like that on the field. But we know that sometimes guys, they're more faster on the track than what they are on the field. So if he plays with that same intensity and speed like he does on the track, he should be good to go. He's a player that tends to look stiff when he's backpedaling in and out of his breaks. So by him learning the proper technique is definitely going to go a long way, especially when you're coming to the NFL level. He's the type of guy that's not a twitchy player. So you don't want him going against nuanced route runners. Scheming him to be able to attack the quarterback, attack running backs, cover tight ends, running backs will do well for this player. But having this guy going against slot players off the line of scrimmage, you do not want that, because by him being a little stiff, there's a chance big plays could happen if you do not scheme him right. This is a guy that will be coming in from the beginning and try to get a spot on special teams. We all know that special teams is a very important part of the game. With Markquese and Malik Hooker already manning the safety position, he's going to have to go in there and grind hard, especially if Dan Quinn is going to insert him in some defensive packages. He's going to have to get off to a very fast start when we get to training camp. So I believe that Markquese could really make a big impact for our Dallas Cowboys. How badly does this player want it? Coming from an HBCU school and being overlooked, that should motivate this player. You go in there and you learn from Dan Quinn. You learn from the special teams coach, Markquese, Malik Hooker, all those guys. Learn the nuances of just being a great defensive player. That's what we need for this team. Guys that come in here to make impact so we can get to that 6th Lombardi trophy, because that's what we need, Cowboys Nation. I understand that we have the right kind of guys sometimes, but sometimes it's good to bring in dogs, okay? So Markquese, y'all make sure y'all look out for him. He's been doing real good in OTAs, and he's been making a lot of noise, all right? So make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe so y'all can come vibe. You already know what it is. Gone.